Rick Neuheisel was all about college football. And he's the former head coach. You probably know this well. Colorado, Washington, UCLA. He does a show on Sirius XM in the morning. Starts here in a little bit with the show pony, Chris Childers, who we have on occasionally. But we're bringing Rick on in a different way today. Great longtime friend, great human, great at talking football, coaching football. But today, here's Jerry Neuheisel's dad, Rick.
Oh, it's Jerry's dad.
Jerry's dad
Yeah.
on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, I've heard of that guy.
How's Jerry, Rick?
Jerry is trying to figure out how to solve the Washington defense this week because that's who they get. And it may be, fellas, the last game UCLA plays in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Following
yes,
that story.
yes. What's up with that? It just doesn't seem right.
No, it's unfortunate, and it's unfortunate that it's having this kind of squabble in the press. I was on the team in 1982. I was a junior when we moved our home games to the Rose Bowl. We had been previously sharing the Coliseum with USC. And all of a sudden, we struck a deal to go out and make that our home. And I remember how excited we were as the players, how much we enjoyed staying in the hotel on Friday nights in Pasadena and going to that game. And I remember the first time we played the Trojans in the Rose Bowl. We beat them 20-19. They scored on the last play of the game and went for two. And Carl Morgan sacked Scott Tinsley, if you're asking if I can remember.
I was going to say, yeah.
Scott Tinsley, and we win the game. That was happening at the exact same time that the Stanford band was on the field during the Cal kick return. That was exactly the same time that happened.
How about that?
I remember those days.
Those were the days.
I do.
Well, listen, we're caught up in an 8-week plus coaching search here, and let me tell you what that's like. I'm surprised your name hasn't been mentioned.
Jerry's available. Jerry's available. I'm just telling you.
Wait, how about a Rick and Jerry combo? It's the only thing that hasn't been written about the who Arkansas might get.
We are absolutely in. Who do I talk to?
That's awesome.
Well, we'll start the rumor as soon as you're done here, and I'm sure someone will contact you very quickly.
Rick and Jerry.
You know, seriously, Arkansas is such a fabulous job for whomever is the lucky one that gets it because of the beautiful area in which you're going to get to live. Fayetteville is wonderful. All the surrounding towns are wonderful. The support that you'll get is wonderful. The hard part is the recruiting because it's not as fertile maybe as some of these other states that Lane Kiffin's perusing around, right? The Floridas, the LSUs, those fertile recruiting areas. But in today's paradigm of recruiting, I think the Fayetteville and that just community sells. And I think that's what's key is that you get somebody that feels the same way and also just believes that great things can happen. And it's happened before. It's not like you have to make something up. My good friend Houston Nutt, I know, is believed in that particular area, and that was when recruiting was more difficult. I just think it's not as complicated as sometimes we make it.
There are a lot of jobs open out there, Coach. I mean, you sort of answered the question right there, but I've been curious all along in how the job is viewed nationally and how many coaches feel like they can come in here and climb a really steep ladder in the SEC.
Well, the ones that do are the ones you're interested in, right?
Right.
I mean, this is how do you eat an elephant? You start with one bite, right? And that's basically how you do it. I mean, you've got to not look at how daunting the task is. You've got to look at how exciting the challenge is. And to me, I would go about this a little differently than what is happening where you pay, superstar money to the head coach. I would go find a head coach that is interested in a pay-for-play deal where I'm going to pay you $1 million for every win over 5. And so if you get to bowl eligible, you're going to get $1 million to here, and you get up to 8 wins, then you're getting a few. So your record is your incentive, and then you get then you save a little of your money, and you go get some of the top assistant coaches, and this coach will also be tasked with teaching these guys how to be head coaches. I mean, the Nick Saban way of doing things, where an assistant coach doesn't get to talk to the media or get to go out and be in the sphere of all the booster clubs and stuff, that to me is selfish. I mean, this is about, giving back and giving, speaking about my son, a leg up, a chance to, get into this profession and rise in it. So to me, that would be how I'd go about it.
Rick, will agents let that happen? I mean, it's such
not Jimmy Sexton.
Yeah,
Jimmy Sexton.
It's such a job market now. I mean, I hear about those kind of offers being made, whether it's here or somewhere else, and it's like, maybe the coach is even sort of for that, but you got agents like, oh, no, you can't drive down the market for everybody else, and you gotta demand this, and it's going to look bad if you don't get this, and I mean, I hear you talk about this on the regular. I mean, college football, we've got some issues, but I thought coaching salaries might go down. And NIL came along because of all the money being paid to players. It's just created more of a demand to fire a coach and win now.
Well, they've just got these guys up on such a pulpit, and good for them. I mean, I'm a champion of coaches. I know how hard it is, but we're gone to a level now where Jimmy Sexton basically has told all of his clients to hold out until the season's over. And look at Ole Miss right now. They're being held hostage. They don't know if their coach is coming or going. On December 3rd, we're going to have a signing date, and Lane Kiffin could sign that class and then take him with him. I mean, all those kids that he signs to Ole Miss on December 3rd, assuming that they keep him after the Egg Bowl, and assuming that he still hasn't decided, and he could take the class with him to Florida or LSU. That could be all part of the deal. Yeah. I mean, it's you talk about putting a program in absolute dire straits. And only one transfer portal? You don't have the ability. This transfer portal being this close to the signing date creates all sorts of issues as well. We need that transfer transfer portal to be at the end of the year. We need to move signing date back to February. We need to make sure that no one can take somebody's coach until the season's over. And stop this nonsense. The NFL has shown us how to do it. We just aren't willing to look.
Coach, you said something there I want to circle back to, talking about Jimmy Sexton telling his clients to wait it out. It seems like our job, other jobs out there, that's a real sticking point. I'm not saying it's a problem, but it seems pretty apparent that's what's going on right now. Well,
we've seen a number of coaches, Rhett Lashley, Matt Rule, re-up with their current schools, right? And in so doing, I think the guy at Texas A&M just did it. Mike Elko just did it last weekend, right? Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I saw that on the ticker, and they're down 30-3. I said, get that thing signed, son.
Right?
Get that thing signed. Don't say you're reportedly getting it done. Get ink on that deal. But so we've seen that, but none of those guys were Sexton clients. I think that I'm right when I say that. And that's because Jimmy is making this market dance for every one of his guys. So when the new market's made by Lane's deal, wherever that is, every one of the Sexton clients is going to benefit. And somehow, some way, that just doesn't sit with me as an attorney. I don't see how that is fair to everybody, but it's market economics. And Jimmy's playing it perfectly. We like to say on our show, he's cracking corn and he don't care.
Yeah. Rick Neuheisel, CBS Sports, Sirius XM, Channel 84 mornings. You can hear him right after our show with Chris Childers. I just wonder, like these coaches that are in jobs now. So Arkansas, I mentioned, it's 2 months of a coaching search. And right. Arkansas fans are like, well, they got their guy or they don't have their guy. There's all this smoke. How are you going to say you're going somewhere else before the season's over? Like what does Kiffin do in this deal if he's not staying at Ole Miss? What's he do?
I have no idea. I don't know how you give up on your team when you're getting ready to go to the college football playoff, which is the goal, the holy grail, right? And now you're going to give up. And yet, how do you go and do the job that you're supposed to do if you're taking a giant salary and all that comes with that at either of those other SEC destinations and not do the job in terms of recruiting and let kids know where you're going on December 3rd? I don't know how you do it, and I don't know how you do both.
You take the team with you, like you said earlier, and then you literally bankrupt the place you were at.
Which is exactly what Cignetti did when he left JMU. He took the team with him, and Indiana. And so what everybody's looking is, how do I get Kurt Cignetti and bring the team? I mean, I said a couple of years ago, I mean, Mike Norvell had a 13-0 team at Florida State, but Florida State couldn't get in the 14 playoff. Then he should just take Florida State and go take the Vanderbilt job and take the whole team with him. And that's how you get going. And pretty soon somebody's going to do that.
That's the setup. Here we go. Well, can you get this changed? I mean, come on, you've got the juice. I mean, like somebody's got to do something. I think you're the guy.
I keep talking about it. Now, it's up to the people with actual power to get in a room and make some of these decisions so that college football looks like it knows what it's doing. Listen, no one will ever fault Greg Sankey or Tony Petitti, who wield the power right now, as to not doing what's best for their respective conferences. I think both are doing it. There's the problem. We have no one who's doing it for the best of the entirety of college football. No one has any juice. I mean, Charlie Baker, the head of the NCAA, all he wants to do is, free the NCAA from any litigation. That's called the SCORE Act. If you really look at the fine print in the SCORE Act, it does nothing except give them a little antitrust exemption from lawsuits. And the deal with Cody Campbell, the big booster from Texas Tech, who's got this entity called Save College Football, he's got a good idea about putting everybody together to go to the television market. He wants to restructure the Broadcasting Act of 1961. But all he's trying to do is save all the small schools. And he's a Big 12 school, so he wants to not have to put all his hard-earned money in that deal and wants everybody to be playing at the same price. Guys, right now, there is a college sports commission. They hired a guy from Major League Baseball to do all these investigations to make sure that everybody's going by the rules with name, image, and likeness deals, right? Mm-hmm. That might go over and above the 20.5 that we've all agreed to with the House settlement. That deal, they haven't done any work to see if anything's going, because what happened was everybody paid their rosters on June 30th, before the House settlement took effect.
That's right.
I mean, Texas Tech reportedly spent $30 million on June 30th to pay their players, and then now they're doing the House settlement at 20.5. Do we really think the genie's going back in the bottle for what we're paying these rosters? Do we really think
everybody's
that we're
taking a pay cut? Right.
Yeah, there's no way that's going to happen. And now every school in the next 2 weeks has to sign up and say, we forego any litigation where we would defend ourselves if you deem that a name, image, and likeness deal is improper. We forego any litigation. We'll just take what you say. And everybody's got to sign that within the next 2 weeks, or it's not going forward. This is all Power 4 schools, of which there are 68. There's no way they're all signing.
No.
There's no way. So we're back in this wonderland of we just keep paying more. And it just is a broken system, and no one's minding the store.
I think we're talking to the guy that ought to be the commissioner.
Yeah, you got to figure it out, Rick. We got to hit a break.
I can't do it. I'm taking the job at Arkansas.
Rick Neuheisel, CBS Sports Sirius XM. Thanks, my friend. You're the best. We appreciate you.
Always a treat, gentlemen. You guys have it, and go Razorbacks.